pacing. Lunge in. Turn. Tilted, nice circle.
Alert.
Yeah.
Girl, are there more?
Sharp turn.
Alert.
Yeah. Straight line lunge through that space.
You got that one, dear. You got it.
Okay, little S curves, head bobbing slightly up and down, tight turn, stretching, striding, sharp movements.
Side is it, dear? Say alert.
Yes. She wasn't going to be able to leave that one very easily. Wound herself up.
Wound herself up in it. Let's find more.
Yeah, good example of one that's not nose finish sourceable. So she just kept going at it to try and get clear. Slower pace. Softer circles through here. Softer climb. Seen this type of behavior from her before, where she's trying to figure out direction, where she's thinking, and the pacing becomes slower and softer. At that corner, that's even kind of either a thoughtful pause or a need for a quick.
In other words, the hammer's going. There might be an easier way to get to where you want to go, dear.
Right. There she comes in with a straight line kind of drive with not much head tilt up or down. Sometimes that type of behavior is wishful thinking, where she's like, oh, just run back in and see if anything becomes, exactly, anything becomes apparent to me. Tracing type behavior. Nose isn't, head and nose aren't twirling or swirling or dancing, but she is tracing and detailing. Take our favorite route through space here. A soft turn, head slightly tilted, tighter turn, pace increase, lots of change of pace. That's crab walking. That sideways crab walking is part of problem solving. Typically. Set her own boundary. Head slightly tilted with tight turn. A little momentary. Stop at a convenience store, skip it up and change your posture. Setting her own boundary, tight turns. Swirly head, nice. Excellent.
It's on the ground. I lost count. Is there more here?
There's one more. Maybe not. Pace is changing. Circles are softer and wider here. Head's staying pretty steady. little bit of tracing again. Doesn't have the swirly twirly nose or the fixating in one spot sourcing. Boundary, pace increasing. Usually that pace increases when they're going at whatever it is they're trying to get. Head tilted up, tight turn. Tight turn. Zooms. That's the scene of the crime where she killed the hide.
Yes, you got it.
Yeah, and I picked that hide up. It's
Yep,
just
you got that one, babe. You're good.
just the dead body's remains. So she's setting boundaries really nicely. She kind of knows where the work needs to be done, and much like Chance, it's just unexpected. The work that does need to be done is unexpected.
Right.
But she does know kind of where it needs to be done. She keeps pulling herself to the back here. And there she set a boundary nicely. Yeah, she's looking for the clean information to solve the problem, which is something Chance did in one of his searches, where he finally looked at it from a different angle and said, aha, I got it. Good for her. She's got a very wide kind of boundary she's setting for herself.
Which means it's probably, oddly enough, fairly high.
It is high. It's not too high.
But by that I mean that it's high enough that what breeze there is probably taking it a long ways from
that
source.
Could be. And it's also
that's crittering.
Yep.
Lyra? Yeah, get
it's
to
also
work.
unexpected. So it's not necessarily that it's so high, but it's unexpected.
Where is it, babe?
So what we'll watch for is the intensity is low when she's way out by the pole. It gets higher when she's back here. Like there was an actual tighter turn. Out by the pole, it's a really like, oh, the engine ran out of gas here. We had to refill. So if we watch that intensity, we had Chance starting to gaze somewhere to tell us what direction he thought things were coming from. That's kind of a stiff tail.
Yeah,
the head's
stiff tail, stiff body.
yeah,
just
head's
crittering.
not moving.
That's more a frustration.
That's
I can't
right.
get to it where I want to get to it.
That's right.
Whereas,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just moving the leash around because I really,
That's
we're
right.
not going to drink water that's in pipes. Ew.
So we look for where she might be helping to tell us, like, my energy level gets higher and I might be gazing in this direction. It's a slower turn way out there, tighter turn against the building. Sharper turn at the corner.
Yeah, you got that one. Let's find another one.
Hey, just watch her carefully because this is unexpected for you as well. So she put her nose on it right after you told her you got that one.
Okay.
It's above the one that she
It's
just,
directly above.
yeah. And that's where our interactions of you got that one are sometimes coming too quickly.
Okay.
Because she may have just been sorting. Okay, the one I gotta find is very close to the one I've already found. I'm just sorting. And when no one bugs me, I'll go and I'll sort it to the new source.
There's another.
So all that work she did on the brush line to come in was really helpful for her.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's unexpected because she doesn't realize if she just sticks her nose up, she'll get it. That's
Correct.
Why she can all walk
Yeah,
through it.
and she had her nose right on it, but sometimes if we tell them you got that one,
Yeah.
when they're actually working the new one, they'll walk away from it. Because they'll go, oh, yeah, I guess you told me don't show. So it's a double-edged sword to use those types of cues. She's the one that chose to kind of range far and wide, but come back to here.
So there's
So she knew that the final odor was in this area, but the conflict is when they're set like this, it's just not something they expect. Really nice boundary setting at edges. And there she's like, well, I don't want to be wrong at the low one at the corner. So how do I make sure that I'm right? So she's taking more time away from the find to figure out how she makes sure she's right. Really nice. Good pup. So one of the things that a guy I brought in from Tennessee for a sniff over, one of the things that he was big on, which many professionals are. Good girl. Now she's figuring it out. Good.
That's pretty dang
Yeah, that is good. One of the things he was big on was if that dog has shown us certain changes of behavior, then we might need to just follow it through with something. And in his case, he was using what he called jazz hands. And he would say, look, you've shown me all this behavior. Like when she tilted her head up and came in and climbed, she climbs off to the right or off to the left. Jazz hands might just bring her above the pipe or bring...
Oh, okay, I see what you're talking about.
I'm not super comfortable with that. Good job.
Because well, it was interesting because I rewarded her when she got about 8 inches away, and the next time she hopped up on it.
She got closer, yep. And I've seen it cause problems because we pay the dogs with our hands so much